Hello and welcome to Muni Math with Peter Felton. I am the channel creator, the one and only Peter Felton himself. However, if you do look up my first and last name on Google, you will see that there are quite a few other Peter Feltons in this world, but I am the only one in charge of Muni Math both on and off YouTube. Today, Wednesday, April 7th, 2021, is an historic day in personal and municipal history. Today marks the one-year anniversary of the last, as in most recent time, that I, Peter Felton, rode Muni. The last time I rode Muni was Tuesday, April 7th, 2020. It was a very short bus ride on the 28 19th Avenue route from Stonestown to 19th Avenue and Quintara. It was on a New Flyer XDE 40, and I don't remember the exact number of the vehicle, but I know it was in the 8700s based on the seating arrangement of that style of bus. And it was one of the 8700s featuring the old style seats, not the newer style seats, for those of you who are diehard followers and fanatics of all Muni vehicles. So, why has it been a whole year since I last rode Muni, or any other type of public transportation for that matter, including BART, Caltrain, Amtrak? Well, obviously, we are still in the thick of the pandemic. Things have calmed down a little bit. California, for the most part, is now in the orange tier, so we are gradually making progress toward life getting back to normal. But for starters, later that week of April 2020, Muni underwent a severe service alteration for many of its routes due to the pandemic, people starting to work from home, schools being closed, and just the general requirement of not going out in public unless you absolutely had to run an essential errand that could not be done online and could not wait either. Grocery shopping, post office, banks, so forth. Well, based on where I live in the city, for a brief period of time in April, spring 2020, the following bus routes were temporarily eliminated from service. And effective that weekend, which was at the time Saturday, April 11th, 2021. Of course, if I didn't get the exact date right, you may feel free to correct me politely, preferably. And those routes included the 28 19th Avenue, the 66 Quintara, the 48 Quintara 24th Street, the 6 Haight Parnassus, the 36 Teresita, the 43 Masonic, the 44 O'Shaughnessy, the 52 Excelsior, the N Judah, and the 7 Haight Noriega. All of those routes had been temporarily eliminated from service. In the case of the 44, its then terminal was at Forest Hill, so it didn't go any further north of that area to its resumed current terminal of California and 6th Avenue. Also, the Muni Metro, the K Ingleside, Altaravel, and Motion View, and T3rd Street routes were eliminated and still are, of course. So basically, I was left without any Muni public transit routes. And I was shocked, of course, because I was thinking, well, gee, I mean, am I permanently housebound if I can't go out anywhere unless I walk, get a ride from a close family member or friend who lives in the city, or unless I take Uber, and I do take Uber occasionally, even during the pandemic. But that was kind of the beginning of a new era in my public transit ridership. It did not, thankfully, stop me from recording Muni Math videos that you've seen on my channel. However, those Muni Math videos of certain routes or vehicles in motion displaying municipally mathematical signage were captured when I was taking walks to stretch my legs or en route to or from running essential errands only. Unlike all my previous Muni Math videos captured prior to the pandemic, and this does not include slideshows because those I can easily create from home because they're still photos taken from before the pandemic mostly. These Muni Math videos, again, were captured entirely coincidentally without my planning to go to certain places on Muni, wait for buses to arrive, capture the videos, make sure they looked good, and then go home or go on to my next thing. Because still to this day, even with the coronavirus gradually decreasing, save for the numerous variants that are even more contagious, regrettably, yeah, I couldn't really ride Muni regularly enough. And on top of that, even to this day, I work from home as an online tutor and have gained worldwide fame from it as well. I tutor students in and outside of the United States of America, and I'm very proud of that. So, to a large extent, there was no real need for me to ride Muni for business or pleasurable purposes. But again, I'm just being very cautious of the virus, and no matter how many masks you wear, the virus is still imminent, especially in closed, encapsulated places like public transit vehicles. So it is incredible that it's been an entire 365 days since I last rode a Muni vehicle. That has got to be a record possibly in all of public transit history as far as Muni fanatics go. But I still have my Clipper card, and I'll show you right here. Ta-da! The last bit of income it had on it was my April 2020 Muni Adult A Fast Pass, and I didn't even use it really in April, save for that first week, because when the service was cut and then when I started working from home, that $98 virtually went to waste. But of course Muni needs it fiscally, and may it not go bankrupt for everybody's sake. But yeah, I can tell you along those lines that not having to purchase Muni Fast Passes, whether the Muni Adult A Pass that allows you free access on BART within San Francisco city limits if you are ages 18 to 64, or if it's the Muni Only M Pass in which you can ride Muni but not BART, and the Muni Only M Pass is several dollars cheaper, when you add up 12 months of savings of that expense, that's over $1,000 in savings, which of course we need during this time of the pandemic when employment has been heavily reduced. So it's just incredible that it's come to this. I never thought I'd see the day when I'd go this long without riding a Muni vehicle. And even when I was younger and didn't ride Muni regularly, because obviously my parents would drive me, or I'd take the school bus to and from school, or I just didn't have as vast a knowledge and street smarts and wherewithal to ride it all over the city for business and for pleasure. Even then, you know, at most maybe I'd go a summer without riding Muni, so 3 months tops. Well, now I've quadrupled that amount. It has been a full 12 months. But I don't intend to never ride Muni again. Certainly in the fall, when I plan to resume my other job as a substitute teacher. Schools have been gradually reopening. I will be able to get my COVID vaccine on April 15th because that is when people in my age bracket will be allowed to get theirs. So I will do that then. But other than that, that's the way things stand, and that's what makes this day so landmark. But that's just the way it goes. And do I miss riding Muni? Definitely, you know, I mean, Muni has been a lifelong custom of mine. I'm a native San Franciscan, born and raised and proud of it. Never a year in my life up until now has gone by without me riding Muni. And also what's interesting is that, as you know, a 12-month year can go from any date to any other date in terms of 365 days, 366 if it's a leap year. But never have I had either a full calendar year from January to December in which I did not ride Muni, or a full age year of mine, meaning like if I stopped riding Muni 1 year ago when I was 36, and then right now I'm 37, the first 3 months of 2020 I rode Muni when I was 37 because my birthday is in January. When I was 36, because my birthday's in January. And to date, at age 37, with my birthday still being in January, I have not yet ridden Muni, but that very well may change. Certainly come fall time when I will need to transport myself publicly to and from my substitute teaching, and maybe even if I resume in-person tutoring as well, instead of limiting it to online. More on that to follow. But I know that there are several new Muni routes and modified Muni routes that have municipal mathematical merit. And if they do happen to be traveling in areas where I need to run essential errands, then I will capture them and upload them here. And I know a lot of other people have done that already by their own accord. Maybe not necessarily for Muni mathematical purposes, but for other purposes too. So good for you. And I will follow suit in due time. But again, safety first. I'm a firm believer in that for everyone. All right, well, that's all I have to say for now. I hope you all are enjoying this beautiful sunny spring weather. It's always great to see it after months of colder winter and fall weather. And for San Francisco, winter came later this year. It really didn't start getting cold and wintry until January rather than in December or even November. And then it was kind of cold and wintry right up until the spring equinox on March 20th. So right up until the very end. Happy Easter to everyone. Happy Passover for those who celebrate it. Enjoy your spring break if you are currently on it or will be on it in the weeks ahead. And I hope you had a good one if you had just finished it. Take good care. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channels, plural. Check out that other video of mine indicating such. I look forward to reading your comments, and we will see each other soon online, somehow, somewhere, sometime, for some reason. All right. Peace out. Until next time. Fare thee well, and keep riding Muni. Maybe I'll see you on board sooner than you think.